In 2014, when Florentino Perez told me I had to leave Real Madrid, I cried for 3 days straight. I was the MVP of the Champions League final that year. I was the king of assists. More importantly, before the 2014 World Cup final, I had bowed to their threats and sacrificed my national pride. I stayed off the pitch just for them. And yet, they still didn't want me. I thought they were protecting my career. They were just protecting my market value. 75 million euros. I was shipped off to Manchester. I had no idea the real nightmare was just beginning. The fans saw me as a savior. I arrived at the theater of dreams with the aura of a superstar. I was ready for it. I was tired of being a sidekick to legends. At Madrid, I served Cristiano. For Argentina, I served Messi. I'd had enough. There were matches where even their light couldn't eclipse mine. I knew I was better. Why would I settle for being just a winger? I wanted to be the focal point. Manchester United and I seemed like a perfect match. By my second Premier League game, I was man of the match, a direct free kick and 2 assists. By the third, against Leicester, that chip was pure art. I truly believed I would lead the United revolution. But the honeymoon was shorter than a heartbeat. After a mid-season trip to Beijing for a friendly against Brazil, my form fell off a cliff. They gave me the legendary number 7 shirt, but no one warned me about its weight. Every man who wore it became a legend, except me. And then there was Van Gaal. He seemed to despise every Argentine, myself included. He was the one who demanded the club by me, yet he refused to build a system around me. He was a genius who played me at attacking mid and put strikers at holding mid. It was a farce. We finished 4th that year. For a club used to the glory of the Ferguson era, 4th was an insult. That was where Arsenal belonged. Because of my record-breaking price tag, the fans vomited all their rage onto me. They questioned my professionalism. I had to laugh. If you want to know about my attitude, ask Mourinho, the most demanding coach in the world, who once called me the most professional player he'd ever met. In the final game of the season, Van Gaal started me, hoping I'd prove myself. But I'd had enough. The grey Manchester rain, the lack of security, the toxic atmosphere of the club. 15 minutes in, I asked to be subbed off. As soon as the season ended, I fled. From the moment I left Manchester, I never intended to look back. My disappearance was premeditated. You called me D-Snake. You called me a coward. But how did the biggest club in the world protect its players? My home was broken into repeatedly. We were even robbed in broad daylight. My family and I had to huddle in a closet, paralyzed with fear. After the robbery, the Manchester papers ran headlines suggesting my lifestyle was too flashy, as if I'd invited the crime. I called the police, and when they finally showed up, they dismissed it as a prank by extremists. United did nothing. No public support, no extra security. They just buried their heads in the sand. Who is the coward now? When I finally returned to Old Trafford for the Champions League in 2019, I was electric. The moment I stepped out, the boos were deafening. I didn't care. I tore up the wings. They couldn't touch me. Their captain, Ashley Young, the man who took my spot while I was injured, rammed me 5 meters off the pitch into the metal barricades. The crowd cheered for that lack of sportsmanship. That was it. We were at war. The boos and the fouls only fueled my hunger for revenge. I provided 2 assists, silenced 80,000 people, and even mocked them by picking up a beer bottle thrown at me. In that moment, I felt alive. If my time at United taught me anything, it's who I really am. I realized I'm not a main character focal point, and once you accept that, the confusion vanishes. It's been 10 years since I left. I have won everything there is to win. As for Manchester United, I'm still waiting to see where their revolution is headed.